Who doesn't love the Ford Ranger? You can tow, you can haul, you can go off-road, or you can cruise around town with your family and friends. And now with the GTR Lighting Carbide Series LED headlights, you can do it in style. The current gen Ford Ranger came out in 2015, and in America we got it in 2019. Regardless of which headlights it comes with, these are a huge upgrade. They're a reflector LED system that are fully integrated with LEDs. The turn signal is LED, the low beam is LED, the high beam is LED, the parking light, and it now has a daytime running light. This is a massive upgrade in safety, style, and lighting performance over what you have now in your truck. These will help you see farther. These will help you see wider. These will help you drive longer distances at night, and these will help other drivers on the road see you earlier. Not to mention, it totally transforms the look of your truck. The install of these GTR Lighting Carbide LED headlights is the exact same steps as replacing a factory headlight. There's really nothing to it. In a minute, we're going to show you how to do the install step by step, but first let's talk about the benefits of the light output. In order to demonstrate how much better these headlights are going to be on the road, we're going to back the truck up at 25 feet, shine the original headlights at the wall, and measure the brightest point with a digital lux meter. This is going to tell us actual usable light output, and on the low beam we're seeing 420 maximum lux, and for your reference, this is not very bright. There are plenty of headlights right off the factory line that are significantly brighter than this, so this is definitely not a good headlight. When we turn on the GTR Lighting Carbide Series LED reflector headlight, you get this. Such a cool color, the beam pattern is more intense, it's wider, and it's 38% brighter than stock. That's a big deal, but the real benefit comes from the high beam. Here's your stock Ranger headlight on high beam. This time we measured 670 maximum lux. That's not a very big increase from the low beam. It's not a bad beam pattern, but the high beam on the GTR Lighting headlights will blow your mind. Look at this. This thing is 353% brighter than stock. That gigantic high beam pattern is going to act like an off-road light bar shining down the road. You're never going to complain about not seeing where you're going in the dark again. These are a game changer. The cool thing about these headlights is that they have an OEM style appearance, but they're way better than stock. On the outside, you've got these 3 LEDs that shine down into these reflector bowls, and that shoots out in front of the vehicle to create that really cool low beam pattern. Now on high beam, that's actually created by the single LED reflector on the inboard side of the headlight. When those things fire up, you get that insane high beam that we saw a second ago. Around the perimeter of the light that surrounds the top and bottom of your low beam and high beam reflectors is this C-shaped LED strip. This thing's dual function. When you're running around with your headlights off, you get a super bright white daytime running light. Now this is just like all the fancy new cars that have this from the factory. Now you get it on your Ranger. It's brighter, it's bigger, it's going to change the look of your truck, and it will actually improve safety because the whole purpose of this is to show other people that you're driving your truck down the road. They can see you from farther away. Trust me, this is something that you want. Then at nighttime when you turn your headlights on, that super bright daytime running light dims down to a standard 50% brightness. The really cool thing comes with the turn signal. Check this out. This turn signal is super bright and it's going to get everybody's attention. That's up to you if you want the more flashy, cool looking modern sequential where it blinks slowly from left to right, or if you want the traditional super bright on off standard turn signal. You get to choose during install, and we'll go over that in a minute. Install is a breeze. When you get to the original headlight and you pull it off the truck, you're going to have all of the same mounting points along the top and at the bottom on each side that match up to your factory mounting points. This is exactly like reinstalling a factory headlight. You even got the exact same type of headlight adjuster here. You see it has an opening. You can adjust it up and down your beam pattern on the road with a Phillips screwdriver, or you plug in your factory remote adjuster, because this is that electric motor that does it for you, and it works just like the factory system. Up to you how your headlight works now. Whatever your truck is equipped with, this can accommodate. Now, depending on the headlight model you have, the wiring is either going to be like this with this adapter harness, or you take the yellow connector off, you take this large multi-pin connector off, and your headlight harness looks like that. So it fits any configuration that your truck might have. These are the exact same connectors that your Ford Ranger factory headlights use, so it's all totally plug and play. When it comes to the turn signal, that happens with this blue wire. When the connection is plugged in like this, you get the sequential scrolling turn signal. When it's unplugged, you get that standard on-off blinking function. Now Caleb's going to kick off the install showing us how to get the original headlight off your truck.
So once you got the hood popped open on your truck, first things first, we're going to remove some plastic clips. So with all those plastic clips removed, we now have two T30 Torx bits here to go ahead and remove. Alrighty guys, so the next thing we're going to do here is we are going to remove this front fascia piece off here, but first things first, it is clipped into this front grille here with 3 separate points. So we're going to go ahead and make use of the same pry tool. We're going to go ahead and work our way from left to right. This one is loose because this guy does have an aftermarket front bumper, but on your OE truck it's definitely still going to be a little stiff, so you might have to convince it a little bit. Lift up on your intake as well, and it should slide right out for you. Go ahead and set that off to the side. Alrighty guys, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove 2 10mm bolts. One is located here, and one is located on the other side. So you guys, with that front fascia removed here, this is going to give you access to that plate we need to remove. So you'll see it right here, held on with 4 T20 Torx bits. Those bits are going to be here, on the other side of this divider, and same thing on the other side. So when we're pulling this grill off here, keep in mind it is tabbed in here. You'll see that it comes loose once you lift up. It clips back on, so lift up and pull towards you. And same thing on the other side. So with those free now, we are free to pull the grill forward a little bit to get access to that plastic plate. So go ahead and pull towards you a little bit. Not too far, just enough to unhook the top and make some room. With the grill kind of loosened up here, this is the plastic plate we're pulling out of here. All right, so forward, down, and now, in theory, it'll come up. Go ahead and set that off to the side. Alrighty guys, so we're just about ready to pull the grill off the truck here. First things first, we wanted to point this out to you. There's a clip on the inside corner here. We're on the driver's side currently. You're gonna have to stick either a screwdriver, something long and skinny to kind of point your way down there and release that clip from the front of this truck. And then it's gonna be the same thing on the other side here. Here in a minute, we'll show you a separate shot, just showing you better detail of the clip. So here's the clip here that we released just now. This is gonna be a better shot so you can see what's going on back there. You can see that tab that it clips onto here. The clip goes in here, just like so. So you're gonna wanna pry it to the side here, this way, and then pull straight back, and that'll release that clip. Alrighty guys, so there's a couple things we need to mention before pulling the grill off this truck. This grill here is an aftermarket grill, so it's gonna have different clips than OEM would. If your truck still has the OEM grill, you're gonna have 5 clips on the bottom to remove. One here, here, one in the center, and 2 more on the other side. Since this grill is aftermarket and it is hardwired, we are gonna have to set this grill in the engine bay of the truck. So set it aside. So we're down from the engine bay here. Now we're moving on to the fender well. So right here, we're gonna have to pull the side marker out of here. So first things first guys, we're gonna go ahead and pull this fender liner down. You don't have to pull it too much, just a little bit to kind of get your hand up in there. That's about good. So reach up here behind it. Now down here towards the bottom, you'll feel that clip. It's gonna push upwards, and while you're holding that clip up, push outwards kind of with your thumb. Alrighty, and with that side marker out of there guys, go ahead and push down on this clip here. And with that done, this will free that connector. It's a little dirty, so it wants to hold on, but there she goes. So now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and remove this 1 T20 Torx bolt. Now we're gonna go ahead and peel back this fender liner because there is a clip we need to get some access to. So go ahead and just work your way back a little bit and feel your hand up in there. And there's gonna be 2 points you're gonna feel. The first one you're gonna feel is gonna be a square point. That's gonna be one of the clips you don't need to mess with. The one just behind it, a little bit higher, is gonna be the clip you're gonna wanna remove. The trick to get this guy out of here is to take an 8mm, reach up in there, and you're gonna have to slip it over that tab to release it from the fender. You hear a little click like that, it just came out of place. And now we're free from the truck. Go ahead and pull back that flare now. Up top here, you're gonna see that 7mm bolt. It's gonna be kind of tricky to reach, so you're gonna wanna use a wrench on this one. With that done now, this is free to unclip, just like so. Now it's loose. Go ahead and follow the same steps for the other side, and we'll move on to the next step. Now what we're gonna do here is, if your truck has a skid plate down below, we're gonna have to go ahead and remove that. There's a 15mm bolt, there's 4 of them. Go ahead and go down there, can't miss them. So the first one is right here. Go ahead and take your 15mm. And one more here on the back side, towards the driver's side. So guys, the plate is completely free from the truck now with those 4 bolts removed. As you can see, one person can hold it up and balance it no problem, but it is easier with a buddy, so just go ahead and grab it, lower it down to the ground. Next thing we're gonna do is take a T30 Torx bit, this bolt right here. Alrighty guys, same exact spot on the other side here. I switched over to a ratchet just because it's a little tight on space for the drill, so we got 3 more here. They look just like this, and they're gonna run here. Well, there is one more we're gonna have to remove. Right in the middle here, it is smack dab in the center of this thing, so you're probably gonna wanna use a ratchet or something short. Just reach around the back here. Last one we're gonna do here, T30 as well. Go ahead and use your extension. Go ahead and grab this here, it's gonna be a 13mm. This is what we're removing right here. Now it is a big old long bolt, so you're gonna wanna do some ooga doogas for sure. So with that bolt removed, guys, we are gonna go ahead and remove this plastic clip here. Go ahead and pull up on him. Remove him, do the same 2 steps on the other side, and then we'll be free to remove the bumper. We gotta remove the bumper here now, so it's all free. Honestly, it's just some clips here we're gonna kind of work around. So go ahead and start from one side. Look at that, it's already coming. Head onto the overside. Go ahead and set this guy off to the side. Let's go ahead and pull this right out of here. And now, next thing here, we're gonna go ahead and take a 10mm, remove this bolt here. Alrighty guys, up top here, we do have a Phillips head clip here. 10mm here, right next to the last guy. And a 10mm right next to that one. And just this last one here, a little bit of a reach, so get yourself an extension. Alrighty guys, let's get this headlight out of here. So first things first, we're gonna lift straight up from the middle, over to the left, and straight out. There's just the one harness on the factory LED truck here. So go ahead and turn it over. It'll expose the clip there. Push down to the thumb, and it'll come right out for you.
The first step in installing the new LED headlights from GTR Lighting is running the DRL harness. That's what this big harness is in front of me. There's really nothing to it. One side goes to the fuse box. Adam's going to show you how to do that in just a second. And then the other side actually connects to this little brown connector on the headlight itself. Remember, if you have the stock halogen headlights that do not have a daytime running light feature, you connect it like this. If you have the LED headlights from Ford, then you don't use this DRL harness at all. That function runs through the factory wiring and connects here. If you've got the factory LED headlights, skip this next part entirely and just jump into mounting the headlight and hooking up your wiring.
With the headlights removed, we can install this DRL harness. The longer black wire goes to the passenger side. To start, we will remove the fuse box cover and remove this fuse right here. Plug the tap in where the old fuse was located. Now we can run the DRL harness. I like to go along the radiator core support to give it a nice OEM finish. Plug in the headlight harness and the DRL harness. I like to leave the protective plastic on the headlight so I don't scratch up the housing on the installation. Now you can remove the plastic wrap. Now before you put the bumper back on, make sure you run through all the functions of the headlight to make sure all the connections are installed properly.
If you have any trouble with this install, remember, we're here for you. We have a full-time customer service team that is able to answer any of your questions by chat on the website, email, or a phone call. But that's not all. Go check out headlightrevolution.com, put in your year, make, and model, and we'll show you all the great lighting upgrades you can do to your Ford Ranger. Now is the perfect time to spruce up your interior lighting, license plate to LED bulbs, reverse lights, and more.